So, friends, you must have heard in the news that France and Germany have warned Donald Trump not to threaten changes to Europe's borders. They have asked Trump to abandon his ambition to control Greenland. As we know, Donald Trump is about to take over as the US president in a few days. Even before entering the White House, he has expressed some ambitious plans. For instance, he wants to make Canada the 51st state of the US, take control of the Panama Canal, rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and also claim control over Greenland. We are witnessing a very aggressive stance from Trump. We all know how unpredictable he can be. Initially, his territorial aspirations were seen as a joke, and many thought Donald Trump was trolling. But now it seems he's quite serious about them. Whether he can achieve these goals or not, his statements have certainly garnered a lot of attention and international criticism. It is obvious that when you propose strange deals to sovereign countries and openly declare that you can use economic and military force to fulfill your ambitions, you are bound to face a strong disapproval from the international community. When the president of a country that advocates for international law and a rules based order makes such statements, how can you then tell Russia not to annex Ukraine or China not to annex Taiwan? Israel is already pursuing the concept of Greater Israel. In such a scenario, it becomes a case of the law of the jungle, where the powerful do whatever they want, following the principle of survival of the fittest. This would encourage other countries to act unilaterally, leading to numerous conflicts and creating a dangerous situation globally. Anyway, in this video, we'll discuss why Trump wants to control Greenland. Why is Greenland so important to him? Let us understand. Before diving into the strategic importance of Greenland, let us first look at its location and learn some basic facts about it. Pay attention to the map here. This is the Arctic Ocean and this is the Atlantic Ocean. The large island you see between them is Greenland. It is the world's largest island. Is it a country? No, Greenland is not an independent country. It is a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Let us understand the Kingdom of Denmark. Come to Europe. This is Denmark, a member of the European Union. You can call it mainland Denmark or Denmark proper. Above Denmark, you see the Norwegian Sea, and here is the North Atlantic Ocean. If I zoom in, you can see a group of islands between the North Atlantic Ocean and the Norwegian Sea. These are the Faroe Islands. Denmark, the Faroe Islands, and Greenland together form the Kingdom of Denmark. So now you understand the difference between Denmark and the Kingdom of Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark is a sovereign state. Remember that Greenland is not geographically connected to Denmark proper, but it is still part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Now you understand? Greenland is not an independent country. It is part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. Autonomous means it has its own government and handles its domestic affairs. However, its foreign policy and defense are managed by Denmark. Now notice that Denmark has political and cultural ties with Europe. But geographically, if we look, it is part of the North American continent. Look here, it is located on the northeastern edge of the North American continent. This is the North American continent. This country is the United States of America. This is Canada. This is the Davis Strait and this is the Baffin Bay. And here is Greenland. So politically, it is connected to Europe, but it is closer to the US. It is part of the North American continent. Now, what does Donald Trump want? He wants the entire US, Canada, and Greenland to become one. That means Trump wants to make America great and also create a Greater America. Greater America would include Canada, Greenland, the Panama Canal, everything. So after understanding the basics, let us now explore why Trump claims that controlling Greenland is crucial for America's economic security. He has even suggested that, if necessary, military action might be taken to achieve this. This implies he hasn't ruled out the possibility of invading Greenland. How strange is that? Especially considering that Denmark, which Greenland is part of, is a NATO member and a US ally. NATO's Article 5 states that if any NATO member is attacked, all other members, including the US, will come to its defense. And what is happening here? The leader of NATO, the US, is talking about annexing the autonomous territory of another NATO member. Looks like Trump could alienate US allies and undermine NATO with his imperialist agenda. Look at the responses. Greenland has firmly stated that it is not for sale, and even if the US wants to buy it, they are not willing to sell. The future of Greenland will be determined only by its citizens, not by any other powerful country. France and Germany have also made it clear that no matter how powerful a country may be, borders must not be violated. Europe will not tolerate any attempt to attack or undermine its sovereign borders. So that is Trump's stance and Europe's response. Now let us delve into the reasoning behind Trump's actions. Since the start of the Ukraine war, Russia and China have been inching closer. Adding North Korea and Iran to the mix, an emerging axis of these four nations poses a significant challenge for the US. Now, what is Donald Trump's priority? America first, to make America great again. Trump places American interests above all else. He aims to protect US strategic interests in the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans, while countering Russia and China's influence in the region. Greenland, in this context, could prove immensely valuable. The US already enjoys a dominant position in the Western Hemisphere, and controlling Greenland would further enhance its control. Consider Greenland's strategic location. It is near the North Pole, with 2/3 of its landmass lying within the Arctic Circle. Its territorial waters extend into the Arctic Ocean, providing access to critical sea routes. Greenland's strategic position offers immense economic advantages in global trade. Trump sees this as a golden opportunity and doesn't want the US to miss out. That is why he is so keen on securing control over Greenland. Further, the Arctic region is rich in oil, natural gas, and minerals like lithium and cobalt. Countries like Russia and China are keen to extract these resources, so it is obvious that the US wouldn't want to lag behind. By controlling Greenland, the US would gain access to these valuable resources. Today, every country seeks access to rare earth elements because they are crucial for defense and electronics manufacturing. Currently, the global supply of rare earth minerals is predominantly controlled by China, which has control over about 70% of the world's reserves. In contrast, the US controls less than 2% of the global supply. The US desperately wants to change this and reduce its dependence on China by establishing independent supply chains for critical minerals. In this context, if Greenland becomes part of America, it would be extremely valuable to the US. This is one of the key reasons Trump wants to acquire Greenland. By the way, this isn't the first time the US has shown interest in Greenland. Due to its strategic location and abundant natural resources, the US has been eyeing Greenland for a long time. For example, during the Cold War in 1946, then US President Harry Truman offered to buy Greenland from Denmark. Truman wanted Greenland to counter the Soviet Union. However, Denmark rejected the offer at that time, and Greenland remains part of the Kingdom of Denmark to this day. Another important point is that Harry Truman approached Denmark in a proper and discreet manner, making the offer secretly. In contrast, Trump has made public statements about wanting to buy or seize Greenland, which is a stark departure from Truman's approach. In any case, even in 2025, Denmark has rejected Trump's offer and asserted its right to self-determination. If we estimate Greenland's total value today, it would exceed $1.5 trillion. However, Greenland's current stance is clear. Even if there are buyers, not everything is for sale. Now the question is, whether Greenland will bow to Trump's pressure and sell itself, or if Trump will attempt to seize Greenland if it doesn't comply. Let us wait and watch. A lot can happen during Trump's tenure.